Okay, here we go again. Trivia question this morning. Dealing with J Simpson and that famous Bronco ride. Oh, I tell you. And the question, after the BS with the trivia questions, they asked me where I was at. Comments below. Well, I got down to the comments and I wrote, well, I watched some of the Bronco ride, but my mind was thinking he's got enough money to buy the judicial system. It's going to be another Michael Jackson thing, which turned out to be right. There was a time that I went to court and I had to schedule court. So I went up to the court thing, you know, where you pay child support. Beverly was working. She went to the same church as I did. And Beverly popped up. I told her, you know, I got scheduled court. You know, this thing's getting ridiculous and I need to schedule court. She popped up and she goes, well, what judge do you want? Makes no difference to me. And she just looked at me funny. And she goes, well, you got to have one in mind, Gene. And I looked at her and I went, well, it's like Star Trek and J Simpson. And she just looked at me. What do you mean by that? And I said, well, just like J Simpson, his court had every denomination in it. Star Trek had every race and denomination in it. So, I don't care, you know. It's just like OJ and Star Trek. You know, that's the same thing between both of them and me going to court. I've had every denomination as a judge going through this child thing. But I didn't have the money to buy court like OJ did. I didn't have the money to buy court like Michael Jackson. And I don't have the money to buy this country like Hillary Clinton does. She's being supported by the Arabs, the Muslims that want to destroy. I was watching a thing on YouTube earlier this morning. The Quran doesn't say that. The Quran is a religion like my Bible is. But he came up with these other two written things that the Muslims believe in, and they're pretty specific about killing Americans. So, you know, you can't reinvent the wheel. You know, we've tried to do it with the Negro. Tried to reinvent the wheel by telling them that they're equal, and we've proven time and time again that they are not. Doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter what race you are. Every race has been discriminated against. And now it's time for the white race to be discriminated against. And we're fighting it. But blacks have to wear it on their face. You know, when I was in school, I remember Mr. Llewellyn, 6th grade teacher. He went up to the board one day and he drew a whole bunch of circles on the blackboard. Underneath the circle, he wrote different races. And he popped up and he goes, okay, close your eyes and point to the Japanese. Close your eyes and point to the European. Close your eyes and point to the... He made a point. He made a point. When we open up our eyes and we see reality, that each and every one of us is prejudiced in one way, form, or another. If you say you're not, you're nothing but a liar. We all got forms of prejudices. It's human nature. I, for one, don't like broccoli. What am I going to do? Put the broccoli people out of business because I don't like broccoli? You know, Abbott and Costello had this thing dealing with mustard, where Costello was telling Abbott that because he didn't put mustard on his hot dog, that 100,000 men in a mustard factory were going to lose their job because he failed to put mustard on his hot dog. And Costello believed him. You know, it's funny the way the world turns. But that Bronco chase opened up a lot too. It opened up a lot of the cop shows that came out. The cop chase scenes. Reality TV dealing with the cops. But it also brought out what one man with money can do to a great nation in the judicial system. He can buy it out, which is a shame, because we all know that O.J. killed those two people, but yet money talks, bullshit walks, and he paid his way out of it. Remember down in Florida, he took all of his possessions and put them in somebody else's house so he wouldn't have to lay claim on it. Yeah. And that stuff that Michael Jackson did to avoid his judicial stuff. Funny the way the world turns, isn't it? But anyways, that's just food for thought. I got an idea that if Hillary is elected president, you're going to see a lot of mass murders in this country. We're going to end up having to do what Australia did, turn in all of our weapons, which would just open up more violence. Like that one county that they made it mandatory that every house has a gun in it. Crime doesn't even exist in that county because the bad people are scared to do anything, knowing that every house has a gun and knowing that the people were trained to use it, and they will use it. That's why I'm thinking about getting mine. I'm seriously thinking about getting my concealed weapon. And I'm still thinking of a .22. You know, a headshot, heart shot will still kill a person. So, anyway, just food for thought. Have a beautiful Friday, and I'm looking at 10 minutes.